This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE provided Egypt with a total of 47.3 billion dirhams in humanitarian and development aid between 1971 and 2014, with 29 billion dirhams in 2013 and 2014 alone. Her Excellency Sheikh Lubna bin Khalid Al Kazmi, the Minister of International Cooperation and Development, made the announcement, stating that the UAE's support is in response to the aspirations of the Egyptian people and in implementation of the foundations of political, economic and developmental stability, as Egypt is a brother to the UAE and all other Arab countries. Al-Kazmi said the relations with Egypt represent a pillar of the UAE's policy on Arab countries, as well as its regional and international policy, and noted that the UAE was the world's largest donor country of official development assistance. And the Big Heart Foundation has pledged to donate 7 million dirhams towards 3 projects run by the UN Office for the Office of the High Commissioner for Refugees, which will go towards helping those in crisis. 5 million dirhams will go towards healthcare services for Syrian refugees in the Zaatari camp over in Jordan. 1 million will go to Syrian refugees in vulnerable situations as assessed by the UNHCR. And then another 1 million will go to support the work of the UNHCR in Indonesia for thousands of Rohingya Muslims. Since its inception, the Big Heart Foundation has provided life-saving medical services to over 365,000 Syrian refugees and has given more than 400,000 others vital food and financial aid. The Health Authority Abu Dhabi has ordered the temporary closure of 5 healthcare facilities after a number of violations were identified by the agency's auditing team. The violations included failure to comply with room disinfection standards, a lack of cleanliness, failure to comply with medical devices quality control standards, mixing sterile and non-sterile tools together, a lack of emergency medicines, as well as storing medical supplies inappropriately. The audit team also registered 4 violations against health professionals for practicing before being issued licenses and also issuing sick leave certificates without using the electronic system or examining patients. Pharmacists were issued 33 violations for dispensing medicine without a prescription and for also allowing non-licensed pharmacist assistants to also dispense medicine without a prescription. The authority added that 1,331 audit visits were carried out in the first half of this year, and 16 healthcare facilities were closed. And staying in the capital, the Abu Dhabi Quality and Conformity Council tightened its inspection of controlled products and legal measuring instruments in the capital by inspecting 29,810 products during a 4-month-long campaign that started earlier this year. The initiative targeted a mix of consumer products such as children's toys in January, household electrical appliances in February, new and retreaded tyres and household electrical appliances in March, as well as cigarettes in May. QCC also called upon consumers to look for the gold-coloured accuracy sign on scales prior to the purchase of items. Should the red rejection sign appear, customers are advised to report the issue to the Abu Dhabi Government Contact Centre. The UAE Ministry of Public Works has approved 3 major federal road projects connecting a number of UAE regions, including Sharjah, Dade and Western Khor Cam. The Minister of Public Works, His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Belhaif Al Nuaimi, was quoted in a newspaper as saying that the development of the Sharjah-Dade Road, stretching over 35 kilometres, is divided into 3 phases, and a consultant specialised in road projects has been contracted to complete the design of the first phase, from the 5th interchange to the 8th in both directions. The project is expected to be completed by the end of 2017. He stated that the ministry has also completed the final designs of the UAE-Oman border towns Sharm Al Dara Road, which is expected to be completed during the second quarter of 2016. The third project, adopted by the Ministry of Public Works, involves the completion of the Western Corfacan Road. And in another development, the Sharjah Roads and Transport Authority has announced that a part of the King Faisal Street has been closed for traffic from this Saturday and shall remain closed for the rest of the year as part of a maintenance work project of over 11 million dirhams. A 2-kilometre stretch of King Faisal Street, connecting King Faisal Bridge and Union Square, are now closed in one direction for Phase 1. Almost half of 1,000 pupils in Dubai who were recently surveyed have witnessed some form of physical bullying at school, with some admitting to be beaten more than 3 times in a month. The co-authors of the study were quoted as saying that there is a need to seriously address violence as an important health issue in our schools, given its magnitude, after their survey revealed that 4 in 10 primary and secondary school children use physical force on their peers. They added that for violence interventions to be effective, it must focus beyond the violent child and the victim, to include peers, school staff, parents and the community. Off the back of the findings, schools are now being urged to introduce comprehensive anti-violence programs, as they need to be better equipped to deal with the high number of cases. Experts are calling for a more constant approach, which needs to be communicated to and adopted by all schools in accordance with one framework, and more is needed to address the root of the problem. And finally, looking to other news now, the Barjeel Art Foundation has launched an exhibition titled Home Ground: Contemporary Art at the Aga Khan Museum over in Toronto, featuring 24 artworks of 12 Arab artists born in the Middle East and North Africa region. According to the founder of the Barjeel Art Foundation in Sharjah, Sultan Sood Al-Qasemi, the artworks of all the Arab artists will educate people based in North Africa about problems plaguing the Middle East and will propose creative solutions to events that are otherwise found unsolvable. Sultan added that this exhibition is an excellent opportunity to introduce art from the Arab region to a larger international audience and to highlight the common ground that exists between work of artists from North Africa and West Asia and the rest of the world. He said that the artworks have relevance beyond their individual contexts, touching upon themes such as awareness of the struggle to cross geopolitical borders, the struggle to forge an identity in an ever-shifting world, and the inherent struggle of being an artist. Some of the highlights include an emotional artwork by Palestinian artist Khaled Jarrah, which features a realistic-looking sculpture of a volleyball made of concrete. And this was motivated by conversations with children who complained that they were losing spaces to play in due to the construction of a wall. The artworks are on display at the Aga Khan Museum until the 3rd of January 2016, and the organisers believe that the works will resonate with an international audience.
The very initiative, I think, taken by the Ismail Center was to enable this cross-cultural initiative which will build the bridges of understanding between cultures and increase awareness among North Americans about the art and culture of the Middle East through its artists. And this is the first opportunity through Barjeel Art Foundation, where these 12 Arab artists will be able to display their works in the Aga Khan Museum. The message is the same, that we would like to make the North American audience aware of the rich contribution of the Muslim civilization. There have been other civilizations who have contributed also in a similar way, and Muslim civilization also has contributed. And I think the North American audience need to be made aware, and Aga Khan Museum is the medium and the platform through which this awareness will be created more and more. As you know, the Aga Khan Museum is not just only for the exhibition of objects, but it's also about performing arts and education.